fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The rusted hull of the transport pressed against my back, the cold metal a brutal contrast to the twin fires building within me. It wasn't a comfortable cold, not the clean chill of ice, but the gritty, clinging cold of decay and disuse. Each ridge and imperfection of the metal seemed to imprint itself onto my spine. Ozone and grease, the ghosts of 1,000 failed engines, filled my lungs with each shaky breath, undercut by the musk of Kai's sweat, a primal earthy scent, and the crisp, almost sterile scent of Ren's synth leather jacket. It smelled like power and control, a carefully constructed shield. My fingers trembled not from the cold, but from the anticipation that thrummed beneath my skin as they brushed against the cracked screen of my translator. Its faint, flickering light caught the hunger in their eyes, reflecting back at me like a distorted mirror. They flanked me, a deliberate, possessive positioning in the cramped space. We scavenged more than relics in the waste. We hunted for salvage, for parts, for anything that could keep our little corner of Sector 7 functioning. But we also hunted moments where Kai's rough, calloused hands would find the softness beneath my reinforced armor, tracing the lines of my ribs as if memorizing my very structure. Moments where Ren's low, melodic laugh would coil heat low in my belly, a slow burn that promised exquisite torment. It was a dangerous game, this dance between night and survival, but it was the only one I knew. The Elder's distorted voice slithered through the static of the translator, a rasping whisper that felt like insects crawling beneath my skin. "Hold me closer, tiny dancer." The words weren't directed at *me, not precisely. They were a broadcast allure, a constant reminder of the power he held over listeners like me. A phantom touch, a chilling caress that made my skin crawl, raising gooseflesh despite the heat radiating from the two men surrounding me. I squeezed my eyes shut, trying to block it out, to focus on the present, on the solid reality of Kai and Ren. Then Kai's thumb brushed my hip, a slow, deliberate movement beneath the layers of my gear. It wasn't overtly suggestive, just present, a silent defiance, a grounding force, a promise, and Ren's teeth, cool and precise, grazed my shoulder, a dark, possessive promise that sent a shiver down my spine. It wasn't a bite, not yet, just the tantalizing threat of one, a claim. I am Anya, a listener bound to two men in Sector 7, bound by need, by desire, and by a desperate hope for survival. The bond isn't conventional. It's a messy, complicated tangle of loyalty and lust forged in the harsh realities of the waste. I'm a conduit, a receiver for the Elder's fragmented consciousness, a living antenna for his twisted desires. And Kai and Ren, they're my anchors, my protectors, my something more. Kai is raw passion, a storm of muscle and instinct. He's a mechanic, a fighter, a survivor. His touch is fire, igniting my blood with a heat that borders on dangerous. He doesn't analyze, he acts. He feels everything with a ferocity that both terrifies and exhilarates me. He's the shield that keeps the darkness at bay, the brute force that protects me from the horrors of the waste. But beneath the rough exterior, there's a vulnerability, a loneliness that mirrors my own. He craves connection, a safe harbor in the storm, and I find myself wanting to be that for him. Ren is different. He's cunning, calculating, a master strategist. He's a data broker, a ghost in the machine, able to navigate the complex networks of Sector 7 with ease. His touch is ice, a slow, deliberate unraveling of my defenses. He doesn't offer comfort, he offers understanding. He sees the patterns, the connections, the weaknesses. He knows exactly how to push my buttons, how to make me question everything I thought I knew. He's the key that unlocks the secrets within me, the one who forces me to confront the darkness I've been trying to suppress. And I find myself wanting to be unraveled by him. Together they awaken a craving within me that is both terrifying and intoxicating. A craving for control, for release, for something beyond mere survival. It's a craving that could either save us all or doom us to a fate worse than death, because the Elder is always listening, always watching, always waiting for an opportunity to reclaim what he considers his. I risked a glance at Ren. His silver eyes, usually so cool and detached, were burning with a possessive intensity. He was studying me, assessing my reaction to the Elder's intrusion. He didn't need to speak. I could read his thoughts in the subtle tightening of his jaw, the slight narrowing of his eyes. He's testing me, seeing how much control he has left. My gaze shifted to Kai. He was leaning against the opposite wall, arms crossed, radiating a quiet strength. He wasn't analyzing like Ren, he was simply there, a solid presence that grounded me. His eyes met mine, and a flicker of concern crossed his face. "Are you all right?" he seemed to ask, without uttering a word. I forced a small, shaky smile. Just a little rattled, I managed to say, my voice barely a whisper. Ren's lips curved into a sardonic smile. The elder's broadcasts are becoming more frequent. He's growing impatient. He senses our arrangement, Kai rumbled, his voice a low growl. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like anything he can't control, Ren corrected, his voice smooth as silk. And we, Anya, are rapidly becoming uncontrollable. I swallowed hard, the lump in my throat making it difficult to breathe. What do we do? Ren stepped closer, his hand reaching out to brush a stray strand of hair from my face. His touch was cool, calming. We adapt, we evolve, we become stronger. He paused, his eyes locking with mine, and we remind the elder exactly who owns whom. Kai moved then, closing the distance between us, his large frame eclipsing mine. He placed a hand on the small of my back, his grip firm and reassuring. He wants a dancer, he said, his voice laced with a dangerous edge. Let's give him a performance he won't forget. The air crackled with tension, thick with unspoken desires and simmering threats. I was caught between them, a fragile point of convergence in a dangerous game. I was Anya, a listener bound to two men, and my survival depended on navigating the treacherous currents of their power. And as the elder's voice echoed in my mind, I knew that the dance had only just begun.